Think you need a 20% down payment to buy a house? Or that your credit score has to be perfect? Wrong. These myths are stopping buyers in their tracks. And today, we're busting the biggest home buying misconceptions so you don't fall for them. I'm Chris with the Comrie team at One Source Realty here in Geneva, Illinois. And if you're thinking about buying a home, you need to watch this. Hit that like button and let's separate fact from fiction. Let's go. So, for our first myth, you might be thinking you need 20% down to buy a home. Well, you don't. And believing that might be stopping you from becoming a homeowner. Look, 20% is great if you have it, but most people don't. And the truth, many buyers get into a home with as little as 3 to 5% down. That means instead of saving up 60 grand for a $300,000 home, you might only need 9,000. And if you're a first-time buyer, you've got options: FHA loans, VA loans, even down payment assistance programs that could help cover some of it. Now, here's the kicker. Waiting until you save 20% could actually cost you more in the long run. While you're saving, home prices and interest rates could be rising, so waiting might mean paying way more later. Bottom line, if you're holding off because you think you need 20% down, stop. Let's talk about your options because you might be closer to home ownership than you think. Myth number 2, your credit has to be perfect. Oh no, my credit score isn't 800. Guess I can't buy a house, right? Wrong. You do not need a perfect credit score to buy a home, and believing that could be holding you back. The truth, many loan programs accept scores as low as 580, sometimes even lower. For example, FHA loans typically allow buyers with a 580 plus score to put just 3.5% down. And VA loans, if you're eligible, some lenders don't even have a minimum credit score. Now, does a higher score help? Absolutely. The better your credit, the lower your interest rate, which means a cheaper monthly payment. But waiting until you have an 800 score could mean missing out on home ownership completely. Let's put it this way. If home prices go up 5 to 10% while you're waiting for your score to improve, you might end up paying way more than if you just bought now with a slightly higher rate. So if you're holding off because you think your credit isn't good enough, stop. You might qualify right now. Now for myth number 3. Everyone says buying is always better than renting, but is that actually true? Let's talk about it. Look, buying a home is an amazing investment, but it's not the right move for everyone all the time. Here's why renting actually might make more sense. If you move every 1 or 2 years, selling a home too soon can cost you in fees and commissions. If you don't want maintenance costs, leaky roof, broken AC, as a renter, that's not your problem. If you need time to save, buying comes with upfront costs, down payment, closing costs, moving expenses. Sometimes renting lets you prep for homeownership the right way. Now, long term, owning usually builds more wealth, but if you're not ready to commit, renting can be a smarter move. The key, knowing when it's the right time for you. Myth number 4, adjustable rate mortgages are always bad. You've probably heard that adjustable rate mortgages, or ARMs, are risky. But what if I told you that's not always true? Here's the deal. An ARM has a fixed low rate for a set period, usually 5, 7, or 10 years, before it adjusts to the market rate. If you're planning to sell or refinance before then, it could save you thousands in interest. For example, let's say the 30-year fixed mortgage rate is 7%, but a 5-year ARM starts at 5%. On a $300,000 loan, that's a savings of around $300 a month, or over $18,000 in 5 years. The key, understanding your timeline. If you're not planning to stay put for 30 years, an ARM might actually be the better choice. On to myth number 5. With so many home search websites, do you really need a realtor? Or can you just find a home online and call it a day? Sure, you can find homes online, but buying one, that's where things get tricky. Negotiating, inspections, appraisals, contracts. One mistake could cost you thousands. Here's what a good realtor actually does for you. Negotiates the best price. You don't want to overpay, right? Spots red flags. That perfect home might have hidden issues. Handles the paperwork and the process. Less stress, fewer mistakes. And here's the kicker: the seller usually pays their commission. All right, we've busted some of the biggest home buying myths. So what do you think? Did any of these surprise you? The truth is, buying a home isn't as complicated or out of reach as you might think. But having the right info and the right team, that makes all the difference. So here's what to do next. Drop a comment below with your biggest home buying question, and we'll answer it personally. And if you're ready to make a move, shoot us a message. We'd love to help. Oh, and if you still believe any of these myths, we need to talk. Hit that subscribe button. We'll make sure you get the facts next time. See ya.